Kanakashaila Viharini Amba Kanakashaila Viharini Amba Kamakoti Bale Sushile Kamakoti Bale Sushile Kanakashaila Vihari.
Hello and welcome back to Raaga Rasika. This is a podcast program that explores the world of Carnatic music. Joining me from Chennai, India is Vidya Subramanian. As you may recall, during the course of our journey in Raaga Rasika, we have featured 3 places and their relevance to Carnatic music. The specific places were Chennai, Hampi, and the temple town of Madurai. Today, Vidya and I would like to showcase one more temple town in Tamil Nadu because of the significant impact it has on this art form. So let's visit the town of Kanchipuram. This is a town that is quite famous for its Indian silk saris, but it is actually a quintessential South Indian temple town with temples built by Pallava kings, Chola kings, Pandya kings that ruled South India. Kanchipuram is situated around 76 kilometers southwest of Chennai. As you know, Chennai is the capital of the state of Tamil Nadu, and it is an easy day trip from Chennai. Before we proceed to discussing the relevance of Kanchipuram to the world of Carnatic music, Vidya, let's share some information about the history of the town as well as the prominent temples that one gets to see in this town.
That sounds good, Devesh. Kanchipuram is well known for its numerous outstanding South Indian style temples, which are architectural gems. Some of these temples are the famous Kamakshi Amman temple, dedicated to goddess Kamakshi, who is worshipped as a manifestation of Parvati or Shakti, the consort of Lord Shiva. There is also a very beautiful Vaishnavite temple, Vaishnavite being a reference to Lord Vishnu, the preserver of good. This temple is known as the Varada Raja Swami temple. There is also another Deva Raja Swami temple. Lord Shiva is worshipped in numerous forms in this location of Kanchipuram. Out of these, 2 are particularly well known. The Kailasanatha temple is one of the oldest temples in the area, and it's also one of the most beautiful temples. Within it, it has about 58 small shrines honoring Lord Shiva, Goddess Parvati, and their sons, Lord Ganesha and Lord Murugan. There is yet another magnificent temple, the Ekambreshwara temple, which is again dedicated to Lord Shiva. And in fact, Lord Ekambreshwara and Goddess Kamakshi are worshipped as husband and wife. In fact, I would like to highly recommend Kanchipuram as a place to visit to our listeners. If you happen to be in the area, do check out these beautiful temples. There are just so many temples to visit in this place, and each of them is a marvel in its own right.
Awesome. Before we move on, Vidya, I wanted to leave the listeners with some interesting tidbits about these temples. Vidya told us about the Devaraja Swami temple. In fact, this is one of the most impressive of Kanchipuram's temples, and it has a beautifully sculpted 1,000-pillar hall, although a small fraction of these original pillars actually remain today. Second, at this very same temple, the Devaraja Swami temple, every 40 years, the waters of the temple tank are drained to reveal a huge statue of Lord Vishnu. So if you're interested, you may actually want to visit Kanchipuram in 2019 for the next visit of this Lord Vishnu that is currently immersed in the temple tank. And third, the Ekambaranadar temple is one of the largest temples in Kanchipuram and covers a sprawling 12 hectares. Interestingly, in the 1700s, when South India was witnessing the Carnatic wars, which was a time of intense rivalry between the armies of the French and the English, Robert Clive used the Ekambaranadar temple as a fortress during those wars. Anyway, those were some interesting tidbits that I wanted to share with you. But let's now get back to the topic of Carnatic music and talk about Kanchipuram and its connection to this art form.
Carnatic music has been enriched by a treasure trove of compositions on this great temple town or kshetra. Composers who have composed on Kanchipuram include the trinity of composers. In fact, it's very interesting to note that Kanchipuram is one of the few towns on which each of the trinity, that is Tyagaraja, Dikshitar and Shyama Shastri, have composed multiple compositions. Interestingly, besides the trinity, several other outstanding Carnatic composers, such as Subraya Shastri, who is the son of Shyama Shastri, Papanasam Shivan, Utukadi Venkata Kavi, and Annaswamy Shastri have dedicated compositions to goddess Kamakshi in Kanchipuram.
Vidya, before we wrap up this episode on Kanchipuram, could you share with us some of the popular compositions that one should expect to hear on the concert platform?
Devesh, like I mentioned before, there are innumerable compositions on this temple town of Kanchipuram, and I'm going to share with our listeners today snippets from a few of these outstanding compositions. I would like to begin with a popular Muthuswami Dikshitar composition, Kancha Dalaya Takshi. This is in Raaga Manohari, which is popularly now known as Kamala Manohari. Kancha Dalaya Takshi Kamakshi, Kancha Dalaya Takshi Kamakshi, Kamala Manohari, Tripura Sundari, Kancha Dalaya Takshi Kamakshi, Kamala Manohari, Tripura Sundari, Kancha Dalaya Takshi Kamakshi. Next comes yet another Muthuswami Dikshitar composition, and it's in Raga Shuddha Saveri. Yekamreshanayike, Yekamreshanayike, Shive Shri Kamakshi, Pahi Pahi Mam, Yekamreshanayike, Shive Shri Kamakshi, Pahi Pahi Mam. It's interesting to note that this Shuddha Saveri, according to Dikshitar school, is an entirely different raga from what we commonly refer to as Raga Shuddha Saveri. So if this snippet sounded different from the popular Shuddha Saveri that you may have heard in Tyagaraja compositions, this is the reason. Now moving on to other composers, it is well known that Shyama Shastri dedicated a majority of compositions to goddess Kamakshi, and here are a few popular ones. There is his immortal Swarajati in Raga Bhairavi. For those of you who would like to learn more about Swarajatis, I recommend that you check out Raaga Rasika episode number 52, where we touched on the topic. So now I'll sing a snippet from this Shyama Shastri Swarajati in Raga Bhairavi. Kamakshi Amba Kanchikamakshi Amba Anudinamu Maravakane Ni Padamuladi Kanuchu Namnitini Shri Kanchi Kamakshi Amba. Here comes yet another outstanding Shyama Shastri composition in Raaga Madhyamavati. Palinchu Kamakshi Pavani Papashamani Amba Palinchu Kamakshi Pavani Papashamani Palinchu Kamakshi Pavani. Subbaraya Shastri, the son of Shyama Shastri, has composed some brilliant pieces, and one of them is Shankari Nive in the Ragam Begada, and this composition has a very intricate Chittaswaram or pre-composed series of notes with a corresponding set of lyrics or sahityam. I would like to share with our listeners this segment from the composition Shankari Nive. Re sa re da ne da ba sa da ga re ga ma da ba ma ba ga re da re sa re da ne da ba sa da ga re ga ma da ba ma ba ga re da sa re ne da ba sa ne re da ga re ga ma ba da ba sa ne re da ma ga re da re da ba ma ba ga re da ni da ba ma ga re da Shankari Nive. Now moving on to the sahityam or lyrics corresponding to these set of notes. Shri Kanchi Sadana Suratana Raka Shashivadana Raveshi Kanchi Sadana Suratana Raka Shashivadana Rave Kokilane Vamridula Katara Kori Navaramulosaki Pudubara Kusalubara Dubarama Parama Kripani Vishakari Nive Yani Nu Saudada Mugori Vajitilam Hari Nive. Next comes a very brisk and sprightly composition by Annaswamy Shastri in the Ragam Asaveri. Shri Kanchi Nayike Shrita Jana Phaladayike Shri Kanchi Nayike Shrita Jana Phaladayike Shri Kanchi Nayike Shrita Jana Phaladayike Shri Kanchi Nayike. Devesh, as we mentioned, there are innumerable compositions on Kanchipuram, but I hope that the sample that I just sang will help our listeners get acquainted to a few of these beautiful compositions.
Absolutely, Vidya. In the next episode, let's actually focus on 3 compositions on this temple town of Kanchipuram by prominent composers. Before we finish, though, I'd like to encourage our listeners to also search and read about a fantastic historical novel on Kanchipuram written by Kalki. And if you search on the internet for Sivagamiyin Sabadam, you will find not only the original Tamil version of this novel, but also English translations. And they gave a fantastic recount of the peak period of Kanchipuram during the Pallava times. But that's all the time we have for now. To learn more about Vidya, visit her online at vidyasubramanian.com. Write to us at www.raagarasika.com and join us on Facebook by searching for Raaga Rasika at facebook.com. Hope to see you next time. Till then, goodbye.
Krishna Paripalini Janani Shyamalambike Bhavaditarane Shyama Krishna Paripalini Janani Kamidartha Paladayaki Shiva Kamakshi Sakala Loka Sakshi Kanaka Shaila Viha